Hello, everybody. How is it going today? I am super excited to stream about the latest Things 3 beta. I got permission from the marketing team to stream about their new shortcuts actions that are coming in an upcoming release. Basically going to build shortcuts on the stream using all these new actions, provide any feedback if we have any, and you can sign up in the description and hopefully they will give people permission. I'm not sure if they can do it live, but some of them might be tuning in. So I'm just going to get started. Ooh, I see David is here. I've fallen hard and fast for things, and now I live in it. Well, this is the stream for you, good sir. I'm also trying a new setup. This is actually my MacBook Air, and I'm streaming from my Mac Mini. So hopefully there's no issues during the stream. The one weird thing is, so I'm using NDI, and it basically doesn't show the cursor, but because I have this app, Cursor Pro, you can still see where I'm clicking and everything. So let me know if this is like okay. I'm trying to basically do this to guarantee that this computer doesn't just get overwhelmed while I'm streaming from it, and then my second computer can handle the stream. Speaking of, let me get my CPU info up. And I don't have it on that app. Okay, well, I'm just going to get started. And also, just again, disclaimer, everything is beta, so some of this might change over time. This is not a permanent, you can see here it says draft. So this is just kind of like their work in progress thing, and some of this might get updated. But we can see from the start, they've updated the new create actions, and they've given dedicated options for headings and projects, which is great. Headings was something they didn't have in the initial version, and I was like, I need this because I'm gonna use it. Oh, hello, Alex. I'm as cool as a shortcut. I'll take it. It's kind of the dream. Had a dedicated streaming machine for like 2 seconds. Yeah, exactly. I'll probably document it at some point. I just want to make sure it works first. So the awesome thing is being able to find actions and pull them in. That's going to be huge or find items. It's like, I want to pick from my today actions and then get the link out of it or something like that. Editing them is also really cool because once an item is in there, you can update it, add tags, add things to the notes, stuff like that. Open list and show items have also been updated so that they can just kind of work with this new system as well. And then things URL is still there, so anybody who wants to use that can still go ahead with that. Don't invite me to that. They have the signups in the description, so you can sign up. I think they have sample projects too. It seems like it's fine. The only problem is, like, they do have, let me just open up the beta, and I'm pretty sure I don't have any of my personal tasks in here, because, I do have a haircut. Okay. Okay, wait, let me get the latest one. I didn't know there was a new. Oh, guess not. That's not a well, that's a start. I wonder if this actually has the headings or not. It doesn't look like this one does. Okay, that's good to know. Please update to the latest version. Oh, didn't it just fail a second ago? Okay, I did not realize there would be a separate one. I don't think I have a great way of hiding stuff off screen. I have a weird, okay, I'm immediately running into that. Passwords. If I type this in, you can't see though. I'm just gonna, I turned off the keystrokes. Yeah, that's not great. So basically, let me just, for anyone who's curious, the NDI thing that I have actually shows both screens. If I do, I won't show you, but it basically doesn't work with a dual monitor setup unless I'm mirroring a screen. So I need to talk to the Ecamm folks about that specifically. We hide it with our hands on our own displays. Thanks. Perfect. Nobody watched in the replay. So okay. get this over here. Let's just do some basic stuff. Oh wait, did the headings come through? I didn't check. Nice. Oh, duplicate items. That's another one. Cool. So adding some sorts right away. Type is interesting. I've only played with this a little bit, so I am like going from scratch as much as you all are. I think it's start date. So these filters are just shortcuts itself. Just see if this is accurate. I had a thing, and I reported this to them on the beta, where it showed if something started today and then it was marked as the project was canceled, it was still showing up here, but it looks like they fixed that. So nobody should really run into that. Okay. Where are the notes? This is an interesting one. Something that always gets me with things is the links. So any start date with the URL. Oh, no, that's not a note. Okay. Note. Can I do has any value? Contains anything. I can't do a negative. That's not accurate. So maybe this is something I'm going to file some feedback to them right away. I got a little system right here. Basically, notes contains anything should only show up if there's something in the notes of the field, not just like blank. Or maybe there needs to be, I'm not sure if this is something things can do, if this is shortcuts, but there needs to be the negative does not contain is not. That should be fine though. I wonder if I can actually do. I'm trying to think. I just want any characters, but this is supposed to be a URL. Okay, let me just say like, go live. There it is already. There's no HTTP. I wonder if .com, but that's not universal. Shoot. Okay, well, I mean, I would probably what I'd do is I'd know which ones have the link. Choose from. Oh no. So this is kind of just like, I mean, it's like open links from today's things. Oh, duh. It's not a. If this is this is a things item. In this, you can get these details out. So I probably need to change this to notes. Cool. I'm not signed in on this computer, I guess. So this is open links from today. Who would want, like, if you're in the chat, by the way, definitely let me know anything you want in things. I'll build right now. Like, if I have, like, get all my upcoming projects, maybe we could do something like that. Yeah, I'm going to make so many shortcuts on the stream. Deadline. I guess I could. So I want to do like in the next 2 weeks. So I'm going that adjust date action lets you add time to like any date value. And so going from today, add 2 weeks, then this. Put away the clock. I might not have anything with deadlines, to be honest. But that's kind of a... Oh, it's returning a lot. I don't like that that's taking that long. Cancel. Does that include things if they don't have a deadline? There, you might have to have a lot of to pass back in my ultimate wait list for thing shortcuts. Yeah, you can do that with the run things URL. You've been able to do that this whole time. That's what that run URL thing does. This will take a whole formatted things URL and pass it into the app without opening it also. It's in here. The benefit of using this is that it can run in the URL without forcing the app to action. Yeah, I use this all the time. This is how I've been, so I'll have to show you, I'm going to get into it soon, but I've built all my projects using URL schemes, and it's horrible. It's the worst. I did it all in JSON, and then I never finished it because it just took too long. So that's like, we're going to be able to get through all that. Passing the URL of the item you just created. I think you can do that. Let me test. I do think you can get the ID, at which point you could create the URL. If we just set it. Yeah, so you could do this. Oh, don't show me that. And then let's just copy one of these out. David in the chat. Ooh, that's perfect. This share, maybe this is where it's weird. Is this going to give me the share sheet? I'm sold again. I was sort of already. Yeah, don't worry. But if you are watching this stream for the first time and you aren't sure about things right now, I'm just going to say it up front. Things has the best shortcut support of any pro app. I want every app to work like this. This is exactly what every single app should have. The ability to get data out, pass it back in, edit it, open it. I'll watch the whole developer video on the stream where they explicitly tell you to do these things. Yeah, so this is, you can, anytime I could like pass this into Airtable and save my links now. This is all stuff. I've literally been waiting 3 to 5 years for this to happen. Or more. When did things add a URL scheme? I was like, oh, sweet. Wouldn't that be cool if we could automate this? I've been waiting till today to do this. So this is going to be good. So this is how to make the URL. Even, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be smart. I've started to rebuild all my subroutines. Oh yeah, Scotty, what's up? Glad you could show up. Or I could show up, I guess, really, because I've been trying to do this stream for like 3 weeks. 2 weeks, really. But I've been trying to turn all my shortcuts, or not turn all of them, but turn a lot of them back into subroutines because I'm going to use this over and over again. And I don't want to remember this URL. So I'm doing a lot more of this. Yeah, that's fair. You can use the show. I think his point is to be able to get the links directly, not just open the thing, but like have the URLs for those projects at any time. Create things, show URL from ID. So now this, we can just call this in every shortcut. This is really like probably a little unnecessary, but like I just don't want to remember that. And so after any one of these, once I create a project, I can just use the run shortcut, which I think I've added to my favorites now. Although, of course, I have to open this menu, which is the most notorious 15 seconds of waiting just because I have 600 folders. what did I call this? Create things, show URL from ID. That's even not really. Let's just test this again. Okay, feedback right now. I hate this tiny little menu. Let me make this bigger. It's so dumb. It's just like, oh, it's scroll through one screen 15 times instead of just expanding the window and seeing them all at once. That's so dumb. All right, I should have duplicated this, but I'm trying to get better habits too of duplicating it and then working off the original, not the duplicate, because then I can just delete it if it ends up working fine. Hello. Oh yeah, things keeps wanting to give me that alert. Do I want it to always run? Oh. Interesting. Oh, I have to pass in the ID explicitly. Something that I don't know from the shortcuts team is whether or not oh no, I just had a good point and then I immediately lost it. The get details of action would be great here, but also I don't want it. This is like a philosophical thing where like it would be nice to be able to explicitly get this out, but also I don't want get details of project, get details of to do. I just want one. And Apple has been really inconsistent about this with their own apps. And so I want some sort of guidance at some point. Should we have that? I think we should, because otherwise I don't think anyone's ever going to discover variables on their own without get details of. And then there's like a physical metaphor. So I'm just filing feedback straight to the shortcuts team here on stream. But all right, let me see. Dave, what sort of apps do you link between? Yeah, I totally do that. Yeah. I think apps don't recognize, this is a good place to start this. Developers don't recognize the value of having a URL scheme in addition to shortcuts because of this exact thing. I can use all of this. Every single part of shortcuts is going to be really great, but it really will never beat just having a direct link, because it's like I could look for projects based off of the name and match on that, but like having these unique IDs and things is going to be huge. But that part about using shortcuts to put everything in the right place and then generate a link back to it is huge. That's just like how computers work, universal resource identifiers and everything. But that story combined with shortcuts isn't super clear. And people like me and David and Scotty in the chat are all ones who will use that all the time. And I think regular people would if it was automatic for them like this. So yeah, nice. Good question, Tom. Content graph. That's the main. Content graphs are really only ever showing this detail, these different items or details that you can get out just in the expanded view and in their more literal like text versus something else. But let's just look at it. That is a great point. I should do this a lot more. Oh yeah, I forget. Does this window, I can't make this window any bigger. See, this doesn't really explain to me. What's hard is like, this is technically what an item can be. They have all these properties, which is probably how they're getting those details. Man, that's some fun stuff to look at. But then is this just going to be the word hello? Probably. Or this one is, yeah. It's like I just tried to open the PDF of the project. So like it can help you, like, but any type of text, it's really just text. That like, I wonder if actually, you know what, does this change if we coerce it? I don't think I've ever tried this before. I've only ever looked at the top level item. Oh. No, that's the same thing. Item type. Yeah, so, okay. I didn't know that it didn't do it by each type, but it did define those options in that initial dictionary thing. This is the content, for anyone who doesn't know, the content graph this is how Shortcuts understands that like an action title can be passed into something else that has text, because they're all this like NS string matches NS string, so they can be passed along. Or if you take a string of text, it can be converted into any sort of PDF, which then can be converted back into rich text, which could be, or an image and stuff like that. So that's what this whole jump means. But we can see here, this is all the entity items. So that is interesting. I wish you could like get the content graph of all of these, but that's kind of a mess there. Great question, Tom. I wish it would show the content graph as a hierarchical list instead. Yeah, nice. That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, this is all the details and everything. This is more just like how can text be converted, which is less interesting. But this does, okay, so this here, this is where I got into, you do have to specify the ID if you're passing into this action. So let me put that in the comment. I'm also looking for a better term for the like programming term for changing these types is to coerce it to a different item type. And that's just not a good verb. It's not, I don't want to coerce anything. So just convert, maybe. It's like transform. Or just extract the ID from your it into this shortcut as input. Okay, I'll clean that up later. So I've been trying to make a process for my shortcuts to upload. And so I'm going to take this template, which is super outdated, but I just basically want to create this in here right away. Because I think the most exciting thing for me with things and all of these actions is being able to use shortcuts to automate the deadlines and start dates. It's like, if this project is due next Friday, working backwards, when do I need to start and things like that. And that's stuff that you can't do otherwise. So really, it's going to start from a folder of shortcuts. See, this is what I don't get, though, already. Do I have to create individual to-dos? I guess that would make sense when I'm being this specific. I guess so. That's not ideal, but also I don't know what else. The other question, too, is if I add these starting from the top of this, it will put them in first, at which case it's at the bottom. So you might need to build this in reverse, or I think I might be able to just reverse the whole thing afterwards. I feel like in my brain I'm hoping that someone is going to somehow save me with some answer in the chat, but I'm not sure if there's one. Oh no, I can't set this. Okay, yeah, I can. Why don't I start? Ooh, the heading. I do have to have the headings first. Oh, so maybe you could insert the headings. Yeah, we'll see. Something I have liked, I'm going to see if Shortcuts does it here. I do actually like I'm not sure. I'm curious what you guys think in the chat. it does this new thing where if it takes one piece of data and uses it multiple times in these actions, it'll chain them together, even though they're not technically passing things together. And like, it's both confusing, but also has a certain logic to it. So I'm just curious what you all think. Right click. Oh no, did they? It's just slow. So just make initial shortcuts. This is why it's like I have this whole excessive tagging system, which I'll be honest doesn't really work, but in theory it can with shortcuts. That sounds like every personal project I take on, but that's okay. High energy, medium energy. This is a whole system that I've been trying to get going. It's like I can do this on any of these devices. I really can't on the iPad mini though. I don't build shortcuts there. Okay, let's do just 2 actions to test. Oh no, is this going to show when run? Okay. Things, feedback for the team, default to show when run off. Almost nobody wants that. That's good for like get all items from today if you make that an action, but I don't want that for every single create tool. Almost nobody really wants that. That's a default option for, yeah, Scotty, never show when run ever. It's like, it's nice that you can have it so you can confirm that a step. I actually do use that occasionally, but you guys are like the perfect audience right now. I love it. Okay, let's see if this, I do think this is going to be wrong, which is funny. And I don't know how to do this. This is just like they really should have create to-dos. I think that's what's missing. Because if I could just pass 3 of these, which I can actually in the URL scheme, which is hilarious. I mean, really though, like I want each of these to have unique. I don't know. Okay, let's just figure it out. I'm getting distracted before I actually get the right answer. Less than 15 minutes. Okay. Test. The first project created. Not technically true, but. Oh. Show and run. There it is, of course. I'm like, why is this telling me to do that? Oh, it does do it. Okay, that's good. No, yeah, okay, good. I just got worried about nothing. No, okay, it does make sense to do it added at the end. What was it that I was doing? I was doing something where my routines shortcuts would be pulled in reverse, and I had to then reverse the list. But maybe that was just something with the logic of it. Okay, that's cool. So I can just like, you really just, this is just going to be one step that's just really long. But I really don't mind. And you know what the best part is? I can have deep links to every single shortcut in every single step of this. This is oh, I'm so excited. I've wanted this for so long. I have a shortcut, in case you can't tell, for every single step. And so if I really want to make these, it's create new shortcut. Here is the URL. I don't know what those prompts are like wrong most of the time. Now I have this URL in the action so I can immediately make a new shortcut. All the date math in this is going to be madness, but I kind of love it. What it realistically is going to be, I'm just going to say this ahead of time so I remember, is that each heading should probably be due on the same day. It's not always true. I don't know. We can get there at some point, but I also I'm not going to go through all of these steps because I know that is not an accurate checklist. And that's something that Scotty and you and David, I'd like to, I got to do another time, but like, what does it take to make a shortcut and share it? I mean, this half is my website, but like, sometimes I don't do this. Sometimes I don't account for a different input type. And then somebody's like, oh, what if I want to use the share sheet? And so I want to make sure I figure all of these points out. And then like that, abstracting out see, this is too much for each. There's no way I can do this each time, but testing the dependencies. Yeah. Like all this is an important step too, that put into practice. Actually use the shortcut before you do anything else with it, because that's a huge problem. Is I've made shortcuts and shared them, and then it's like, oh, I don't actually use this. Can headings have deadlines? No. Yeah. You can mark it as complete, I think. Let me check. Yeah. I think they also told me that it should be able to inherit these details depending on what's being passed in, and even depending on variables. But I think this is just a bug with shortcuts right now. So like, these details aren't possible to set on a heading, but I think if you pass it in with the completion date, it still can, or maybe even not. Maybe status. Yeah, that's probably it. Let's see. Can you do? It's just archive. I'm not sure. I mean, we could just test it. This is cool though. That you can do fully templated projects in things now. It's huge. Yeah, all the logic for the dates and stuff that's going to be interesting. This is what you'd need if you want this detailed of a checklist. I think if you just want a template like this or something like that, I think this create to do thing is going to be too much. I think there should be a create to dos action. The reason why I'm saying this too is that technically there is a URL to do this. And so for now, I might just make multiple to-dos, titles, test. Under the heading, and then you can just pass this into run URL. And really, if you want to be proper about it with shortcuts, what is %0? Is that's new line, right? This is just going to be blank, isn't it? Or no, that doesn't. Okay, wait. That's not going to be go. How do I do this? In things read, then things write with shortcuts. Is that a pun? Can you clarify, Scotty? Like, you want to know if it's logged already? Because I could totally do that too. I was just going to say, like, I think you do this. Yeah, totally. This is to figure out if I could scrape the things link being. That makes sense. So what are you trying to read out of things? Like, you can do that with this. I'm just creating stuff right now. %0a, that's new line? Oh, duh. Okay. Okay, thanks. All right, I just copied the first two characters out. This is the glorious thing, I'm not gonna lie, about streaming with somebody watching is they'll notice when you make a mistake, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'll just but that could have taken me like weeks to figure out. There we go. This is a terrible create things project. Yeah, the read stuff is new, but you couldn't do. That's fair. I mean, you couldn't add a project and you couldn't add things to a project, or you might have been able to by name, but being able to like create it all in one go and insert the headings has been a huge thing for me. So what do you want to do? Don't worry, we see everything. Great. All those. Did you see the 15 times I showed my Airtable API key? So Scotty, what do you? Let's get more into that because I think the templates thing is like awesome, but like it's pretty obvious at that point. I think some of the logic of adding projects by date and things like that is something I want to come back to probably on a second stream once I want to have a template that is real. I could probably start with my newsletter, honestly. But let's just do like, oh, see, I think something that's weird, feedback for the things team. I think in other shortcuts actions, they default to having a filter showed immediately. Oh, maybe not. I guess it just depends. Wow, I like how the first example I showed was wrong. What the heck? Well, then feedback for the shortcuts team. This is dumb. See, this is calendar events have to have, maybe that's what I'm thinking of, is they have to have a start date. But you can just get an item without it. We cannot make a progress counting, doing everything for deadlines today. Yeah, the things task with a tag is totally, is that like completed? Is logged. This is perfect. Okay, I'll just put this on screen too. Cannot make a progress ring, so that's with the charty thing, the charty widgets. Yeah, not equals now, but you should be able to soon. Or if you sign up, I'm sure they'll give you access. Let's do like tag contains. You probably have a different, if you're willing to share your tagging strategy, like, oh no, this is going to get hundreds of items. You said it was like completion date is today. I'm going to not do the tag for now since I just don't have any, but cool. Yeah, totally. Yeah, Tom, this is what I ended up doing. I basically, when I first started streaming, I had my API key directly in all the shortcuts. And then I tried to put it into data jar. And then on stream, it would constantly prompt me, asking me if I wanted to give permission to use my API key. It showed it on screen. And so I did put it into a separate shortcut, and I just had to go through it and do it all. The reason I didn't do that originally was because last summer, or I don't even remember if it was this summer, the run shortcut action broke for months on end, and I broke every single one of my most critical shortcuts. And that's just where like those bugs are brutal. It was really bad. And so like I like didn't touch it, and I was like, stay away. But now with streaming, I had to. So it shouldn't be an issue anymore. I did the same thing with my WordPress password, which I also showed on stream. That was I was so mad. It was hilarious. But as long as I can fix it, that's the main issue. Okay, wait. I'll get everything with the start date of today or a deadline of today. Count that, then count the same thing. Yeah. Scotty, you're awesome. Okay. Start date. It's like deadline too. There's no end date, right? Okay. What's the difference between start and start date? Okay, wait. What was it? Start date of today or a deadline of today. Count that. It's really like I hate doing this. Oh no, I shouldn't. Doing it on stream is always my brain. I got to wrap my head around it a little bit more. But like using an if, it's like if this matches. You're really just counting it though. That's an interesting way to do it. Oh, because it's just the chart. You don't need the data. Count should be a built-in variable. Remove the type and is logged. Fair. Oh yeah, good point. And then, wait, the math. Oh no. Oh, the ring. I see. Charty does it work on Mac? No. Oh, so that's all you need. It's just these two values. That's pretty cool. Start date. Well, yeah. Wait, but that's only deadline. Wouldn't you need just start date? Like deadline doesn't really matter because it'll always show up. I did talk to Alex. I think he's not able to work on it right now. So yeah, I'm not really sure, but I think he will when he can. You have it all in the find action. I would pick any. I don't know what that means. This is a default one. That changes to any if you have multiple. Oh, I see. Ah. But still, does that change? Because I mean, this is one thing this is so dumb that Things has this view for deadlines and doesn't make it visible anywhere. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, it's still technically the same results in this time, but cool. This is your task countdown chart. And then we can, I'll maybe we should make that off stream, Scotty, and do the actual chart part. I know there's like, this makes it cool. There's all the icons are messed up. Yeah, nice. That makes sense. Before I move that criteria, I was thinking you were just talking about here where you can like find the items from the resulting list of the other ones or something like that. So that's cool. That'll be a good one. For anyone who doesn't know Charty, it'll like take these values and then just map them into a ring and then show you like how far along you are. So that's great. That's actually so cool. Scotty, all of your OmniFocus ones, man, if you rebuild those for Things or I can or whatever, but those are awesome. You've been doing, that's all stuff that I haven't been able to engage in at this level because I can't use it. And so now that I actually can, that's going to be amazing. It's like, I want to know, I'm logging 600 shortcuts. Where am I at in the middle of that? And then all of those are going to be in here. Let me just I'm going to do my own little, just anything. Oh no, this doesn't, I can't right click on this menu on the Mac. It crashes the whole app. Right clicking on folders in Get My Shortcuts causes the app to crash on the Mac if you have over 600 folders. I was complaining to the Raycast developers. I was like, by the way, this new update doesn't work if you have 600 folders. And they're like, what the hell? Okay, I have to do this on my iPad real quick. I don't submit nearly as much as I should because I get so annoyed with this stuff that I just give up. But I need to. I'm not gonna lie. That's like what the membership program is for. Not really, but like I wouldn't be able to do it if I wasn't getting paid by people to do it because that actually makes a huge difference. But there's still, if you have more feedback, David and Scotty and anyone watching, like send it along and we can try to get it fixed because that stuff needs to get addressed, especially by next year. Okay, hold on. That's not, there's resolve conflicts. Oh, something changed. Nope. It's just not going to sync over, is it? This is a perfect example of where just random bugs take me 5 minutes out of the way. Yeah, Scotty, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Already great feedback. So, cheers. Okay, there we go. This menu does work and actually works really well on the Mac. I just can't click it because it tries to do an overlay. Okay. Repeat with each. Then it was that URL scheme, which I have this shortcut for. Just give me the URL. Where did I do it? It's in the project, right? Ooh, that is nice that you can actually minimize these. I didn't really think about that. Okay. I'm basically just trying to create, it's like when I create a new folder of shortcuts, just pass it into things and make links so that I can open those shortcuts. Oop. Oop. Things. It's really a project. I've been trying to think about this. I don't know how deep like you all are when things. You might have noticed that I did it in one of these shortcuts. If you have a checklist, but no other tasks, when you add, and there's something outside of that checklist that you need to complete, like it should just go up here. It's like, read this story for the newsletter. And then I do like having the checklist separate. I think I'm going to do it. I convinced myself just now. There's really just one project. Okay, so here's a trick for anybody working with shortcuts from a list like this is if you want to get the folder name out, you just get one of them and then set the variable. I don't know if I take this one, I think it'll get multiple versions of the folder name. I should try to test that. Folder name. Oh wait, I already did that. Folder name. The to-do needing a hyphen in it is going to kill me. What does a quick entry thing do? That just shows the popover, which I don't want. Okay. This is the repeat item, which is the name of the shortcut. Then it creates the URL.
Ooh, I love this. Ooh. I could then have a checklist for every shortcut too. Ooh. Which is what I want, but also I'm not going to put it in here yet because it's a little much so far. But shortcuts. This menu is getting smaller and smaller because there's tags in it. I don't know how long it takes me per shortcut. It is funny that I'll create it on my phone, but not my iPad mini. And I do only tag my high level things one way. And then to put it in the this is so just like I do this so much. I want to go through my chat GBT shortcuts. Boom. Oh no, it didn't work. Ah. When did that change itself? I thought I even looked at that. Oh no, I just made a project with every single shortcut. That's not good. Oh man. I love solving my own problems very well. Wait, it's the run shortcut one. Whoops. There we go. For adding descriptions, it takes me so long, and getting back to them takes forever too. Ooh. Yes. This update alone is just going to help me get more shortcuts out for everybody else. I've needed this so much. Oh man. Okay. Add shortcuts folder to things. Let's just I want to do some more just like look through my lists in an area. Find items. Ooh. Wait for it. No, wait, that's the wrong. Open list. Don't show it to me. Wait, where did my choose? Didn't I have a choose? Can I do they have? I don't think one of these. This should have choose from list. This should have choose from list. I'm filing feedback in live again. I use choose from list more than choose from menu. It does make sense that it's not technically a control flow, but I don't care because I want it. That's my logic. This is just pick from my different areas. Ooh, I like that it has the rich stuff too. That's awesome. Open things area. I have another one where I think I did this manually. I'm going to destroy all of my old. Okay, this will be a cube since I got the cube metaphor going. Okay, to go further, choosing from that area and then passing the area into the next action to then only get the projects for. Wait, they have show items. Huh. We'll have to try that later. So this is where I do like the metaphor of parent over calling it a project specifically. This is awesome. I love these filters. Some of them I'm not going to use as much, but so now this is like, oh, all my shortcuts projects. Do I have shortcuts projects? That should have worked. This parent. Maybe just switching that to title will work. I feel like that should work. It could be a bug. This is one of the problems. Is shortcuts at area. Yeah. Oh. There's multiple. In which case, if I do this and pass the ID, will it work? That's kind of nice. That makes sense why you might need that. No, this menu, does it scroll? Okay, I'm scrolling. It's not doing it. Huh. Yeah, that could just be a bug. I mean, like, it kind of makes sense that it's not expecting an ID. I want this to work. I guess I could technically, I might just skip the part where I choose from it because I do just know, oh, it worked. Good timing. What did I change? Oh, is this the dumb bug? This happens with, okay, feedback for the things team. This happens with, a good example is using the if action on text. Even though when you add if, it should coerce text to show like is, like if you can contain text or whatever, it doesn't. But if you change the type and then go back, sometimes it does actually then understand, or it's like in here. It's like whatever the default one doesn't register for some reason. I'm not totally sure. That could have been what happened here, but I could also like not have this ask me and use these just to filter down right away. What's the difference between show items and show list? Maybe like technically show doesn't put the app in the foreground. No, but it did. That's something that happens weirdly on other ones. Oh no. I was worried this was going to happen. I am using universal control and it just stopped. I might have to switch my keyboard directly in. Hold on. Oh, it's misbehaving. Did it just come back now? Cool. As soon as I unplugged it, it worked. All right, we're good. So that works. That's just a open things project. The names of these, I feel like I want more alternatives. Like this is a circle. There's multiple circles. If I type in circle, it should get it. So, I mean, really, just trying to think of like, you're always going to work on the thing that's due first. Or like, I just know I want to have like a dedicated set of newsletter ones. Oh no. I like the checklist as a way of telling you that you're using duplicates. That's clever. I feel like it's like whatever's first. I'm just trying to think of like the quickest way to get into a task. Sort by. It's not in order right now, and that's not ideal. For the things team, if it can pass out the data in the manual order that's already selected, that would be huge. It's like technically arrays don't have any order. It seems like it's got some sort of logic to it. No, the review one's in a different spot. The shortcuts workflow and the shortcuts team did this specifically because it's just while a list doesn't have a specified order, if you don't do what matches the user expectation, people are just going to be confused, and there's no possible way to sort it by the way that it's matching in the app. So what things should do is create a fake index manual sort order for these things. I guess maybe part of the problem is that there's due dates and things like that at the different time, but they did this for the dictionary action because we've all been using dictionaries to like show data. And if you put in a key here and then a key in the second thing, and then it technically passes it in an unordered option and shows the second key first, it's just dumb. It's like, just don't do that. Even though you don't have to give it an array if you don't want to, but like there should be a random, I don't know, like they can figure it out on their own. Because otherwise, there is no way, like, let's do maybe start date. Yeah, if it doesn't even exist. It's like newest first, maybe. I wonder if that'll do it. No? Because that has a start date, even though it's sometimes. Okay, well then, in that case, not is logged. It's going to do the weekly one, isn't it? Oh, wait. Someday. What is start? Start is not someday. What was the second one? Anytime is a good one. There's some good filters in here. See, look, it's doing it in the exact opposite order. Oh, in that case, no, it's it's still just random. Let me try it again. I keep seeing move from review and then wait. Okay. Dang it. I just wanted to get the top one on my list. I don't think it's possible. I mean, in theory, these shouldn't be available if, first of all, they don't even have any tasks in them, which is horrible. I mean, maybe that's what I should do with things is the ability to like GTD it, where it's like add the project notes and things like that. I'm not sure. Oh, no. Is that gonna? It's like kind of close. Nope. Just because I happened to update that one last. Oh, the irony that the one I haven't modified yet. Ah, that's so close. Dang it. All right. I think I might just drop that. It's like I really just want to get any of the projects that are available. Ooh, you know what? Random. I actually like that. I don't want to. I never, especially like working independently. I don't really care what I work on a lot of days. There are very clear trends and things like that. But like I just want to work on that stuff and make progress. And so if this just shows me the thing, just get random. Give me a random newsletter project. And then it's just like work on that today. I like that. What if it was just a random area? Ooh, I like this. Serendipity in shortcuts is very nice. It's picking is half the battle sometimes and getting started. I'm gonna make sure this is right. No 0 days? Are you saying no work or exploits? Why did this not give me just one? There it goes. This is a great idea. I'll recreate the pick random task for a reminders app. Yeah, I love the randomization stuff. It's a good idea for reminders too. Open random things project. Let's see, does it keep taking me to the same one? Wait. It didn't work. Didn't it just work 1 second ago? Okay, let's see what's going on here. I technically could just add another find action and use the random in there. See, podcasting. Get random item just doesn't do it. Do you see that? It's just skipping it. And it refused to show it to me too. Blogging. And now it works. And now it opens the one. Is it the problem? Is it duplicates? That's what it is. The duplicates thing is kind of it should get the first. Hey, well, that's overdue. It is pretty huge for streams. Oh, man. I'm so excited. Okay, maybe it was just the duplicate issue. What else should we make today? I feel like this is a very good foundation. Am I missing anything? I mean, deleting and editing I'm not really sure. I feel like that's got to be. I think I might want to save that for a second time, where I can wrap my head around it a little bit. Like, where would I go in? I mean, marking tasks is complete. Okay, I should do that. Um, I'm just gonna mark a project as complete. Then find where type is project. Do you want to mark as complete? Oh, I just saw edit items. And then just set this. I guess you really just say, oh no, status is completed. Oops. Oh no, I did the whole project. That's right. That's pretty cool. Even just like canceling everything I didn't finish today or something like that. That'd be a good one. Oh, hey, Dragon. Nice to see you. Are you a things user? Got any ideas? I'll do, okay. Mark project as complete. I'm excited to build off of this stream because this is, for the first one, I feel like I already did get a lot of like the base level down. And then next time we'll be able to build off of this and solve more specific workflows. This is nice. Ooh. So this is like enter as you do it. But I could do, I guess it's really here. I'm creating the web clipper. It is like they have to have a whole other app just for this installed on your device, and it's now just a shortcut. Pretty slick. Okay, Dragon, if you're not things in OmniFocus, you can do a lot of this stuff in OmniFocus. What kind of, do you like look for projects and update them or things like that, or would you? Ooh, this would be a good one. Every time I do a quick entry, I want to look at it later. It's like I don't want it to go into there. So if it goes into tags, it should also just jump. This is not like, this is quick entry research. And then, ooh, I love it. Work on it tonight. That's so good. Save this for tonight. I'm way too stoked about that. I like how I'm just like, oh, I could research links in the evening. Heck yeah. Oh, I think I needed to do. Really, I don't. Now that I think about this, I don't really want the quick entry, but it could. I mean, it's like if you want to update what it says right before you insert it. That's pretty awesome, though. And then it's like the deadline is 1 week from now, so I just don't. I gotta be honest. Don't blow up my whole shortcut. I'll do 3 days. I really don't like assigning deadlines, to be honest, when they're not actually deadlines. Because then I'm like, oh no, I have to read this article before I get my newsletter done. And that doesn't, I get the priorities wrong. That's pretty sweet though. I'm a huge fan of that already. Just like not having to type this out every time. This is what computers should be doing for us. Okay, here's then the other side of it. Okay, perfect. Really one of the biggest things I had with things was I would save all of my links and then it would be really hard to open them because they're all in the notes. So I have to click up, expand it, then click the link and then it opens it. I want to just get all of the URLs out from my research items and work on them at once, which I'm now going to be able to do in 1 second. Automation is awesome. The is not completed thing is something that seems dumb. Like I don't want any. I mean, like I get that I want that option, but it shouldn't by default return things that are completed. That's something that Reminders does. That's pretty stupid. This is so nice. Or even like I could export these to my reading list. Ooh. Oh no, I opened. Get the URLs from the notes. This open action is so finicky. I want to be able to arrow through those. Sweet. I'm just going to do one for now. It's not any of my research links. I wish it didn't have to ask every time, but in case you're ever wondering how I have 4,000 shortcuts, it's because in one day I can create 12 of them and just in an hour and a half, and I do this full time. So that's pretty much it. All right, I think I'm going to stop. I think I've been trying to run these streams a little too long, and I want to get these uploaded and onto the website for members by the end of the day. So I'm going to cut it here and publish these, and then I'll send out a link if you're in the membership program, and you should be able to get them right away. And also, in case anyone didn't see in the description of this video, there's URLs to sign up for the Things beta program where these actions are available. But yeah, this is awesome. I mean, I'm super thankful for these. You can tell already. I was getting stoked just because I do stuff at such scale. It's like if I need it, I'm going to go use this shortcut to pass the shortcuts into things and then work on them. And like that stuff can go save me a bunch of time that otherwise I'd sit here and manually do it over and over again and get like tired or something and then just not do it. So I love this stuff. This is going to be huge. And this is like the first of multiple streams. So thank you, Things team, crushing it. I'm going to praise you all for, I'm going to say finally this one time because I wanted this for so long, but it's also been about shortcuts and it's going to be massive. Like every app should have this powerful of actions. And once we have this, importing and exporting data, it becomes just like trivial instead of this huge thing. So I think it's going to be great. Operating on all of this stuff is going to be huge too. Thanks for tuning in. See you, Dragon. Appreciate you dropping by. I'm going to do the plug for my barbershop because he's been awesome. And I obviously been growing out my beard because I want to get it trimmed there. So that one's for him. All right. I'll see you in the next stream. Peace.